Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I am back with a monthly favorites video and I thought I would share with you what I have been loving throughout the month of May. So without further ado, let's get straight into it because there's a lot to go through. There's fashion, there's beauty, there's pretty much a little bit of everything as usual. So let's get started. But before that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. Also hit the little bell right next to the subscribe button down below so that you get a notification every time I upload a new video. I upload twice a week and I would love to have you back on the channel. Okay guys, so it is May and finally the weather's been a bit better. I mean, it's been sort of a mixed bag, but yeah, it's finally a little bit more sunny in London. So today I want to go through what I have been loving this month, and there are some really interesting updates in here. So I have fake tanned for the first time and there are some new discoveries I've made that I am absolutely loving. But I want to get started with makeup this month and I found some oldies but goodies. And the first one is this by Terry palette. So this is their Sun Designer palette in Savannah Love. And I actually purchased this, I think it was last summer. But I haven't really used it all that much. I really loved it over the summer, but it was just like a summer product. And then as soon as the weather got colder, I sort of just forgot about it and it was just lying at the back of my, cupboard and I'd never really thought of it again. But recently I've been loving this one. I actually use most of it as eyeshadows because these three colors you can use as a bronzer. They're sort of like more terracotta colors, but I find that if I just kind of swivel all of them, this brown one is a bit too dark for me and it just ends up making me look a little bit dirty. So I can use these two as sort of a very, very light blush, but I wouldn't go so far as using this one as a bronzer because it's a bit too dark for me. They did have a lighter version of this palette, but I went for the darker one because I have a bit of a deeper skin tone, but actually I think maybe the lighter one would have been a better choice if I wanted to use them as face powders. But as eyeshadows, they are amazing. And these three, which were meant to be like more blushy shades and a kind of highlighter shade, this one is like a gold shade. For a highlighter, for me, it's too much on the orangey gold side. I prefer my highlighters to be a bit less orange. I think it's a bit too dark for my skin. It looks more like a, it doesn't really highlight because it's not lighter than my skin. These two as a blush work really nice, but this is a bit too pink for me. So actually I've been using these as eyeshadows and these two look amazing. These two look really good as well as kind of more natural ones. The brown one looks amazing, but I've been loving these two and I've done a tutorial which is a sort of sunset eye, which I will link on the screen now so you guys can have a watch if you haven't seen it. But it's sort of the similar kind of makeup to what I have now. I don't know if you can see my eyes very well, but it's kind of these kind of really beautiful corally, goldeny, peachy sort of shades, and these two work perfectly for that. And I'm really loving these colors for spring. The powders, like everything by Terry, is really finely milled. They sit really well, they blend beautifully, they're very buttery, they don't have any fallout actually because they're not even meant to be eyeshadows, and the packaging is gorgeous. Next up is this lipstick, and this one again is another one I'd sort of forgotten about. It is the YSL 404 vinyl cream, and it's like a liquid lipstick, and I love the applicator. It's like a doe foot applicator, but it's got like this really nice pointy tip, so it's really nice to get into your cupid's bow and into the corners of your mouth. I don't have a huge mouth, so this works really well, and it has a beautiful sort of peachy corally shade. It's what I'm wearing on my lips right now and I absolutely love the color. And it is a liquid lipstick, but because it has a final finish, it has like a glossy finish. I love it right now. Like you can see it, it's glossy, but it's not too much, but it just kind of looks nice and moist. I don't really like the ones that are really dry because I naturally have quite dry lips, so they don't really work very well for me. I prefer like a gloss finish. So this one just works perfectly, and you can build it up as much as you want. I have 2 coats on right now and it has a pretty good color payoff. If you just put 1 coat, it's a bit like a tinted gloss, but it is very long lasting. And if you do 3 coats, you can definitely build it up to a very intense color, and it builds up really nicely. You don't end up having sort of clumps on your lips or it going like dry and patchy. So I really love this one. It's been really good and I've been using it loads, and I think it's a great color now that the kind of warmer days are here. I'm loving the sort of very peachy look at the moment, and I've been using this one loads, and it's pretty long lasting. It's not as long lasting as a normal liquid lipstick, but I still find it works pretty well. For this lipstick, I love to switch it up. So if I pair it with my Victoria lip liner, which is like a more of a nudie color, this one looks a lot more kind of natural, like it is now, like more peachy. But if I wanted to look more pinky, if I pair it with my Soar lip liner from MAC, it looks a lot more pink. So I like the fact that you can change up the color with just changing up the lip liner as well. Moving now on to everything I have discovered about fake tan, which I had never previously done before. Actually, I'm lying. I had done it before, and I think I'd used a couple from Bioterm and one from maybe Zentan, I can't remember. It was ages ago. But those ended up being really patchy on my skin. I ended up looking really streaky. You know, if I kind of sweated a bit in the summer, or if I kind of took a shower that was a bit longer, I ended up having patches with tan and patches with no tan. They were really orangey, and I just hated the whole experience every single time I tried to do it. They would also take really long to develop. They had a horrible smell. So I sort of gave up on fake tanning, and I thought, you know what, this is not for me. But my color of my skin naturally is kind of quite yellowish, and I felt like I needed something to make it look a bit more bronzy, a bit more golden. You know, I would see all these bloggers with these beautiful skin tones, and I thought, you know, why can't I look like this? And now that I've started sort of wearing more shorts and dresses because the weather's a bit better, my legs just looked really pasty and horrible, and my legs are actually really kind of much lighter than my face. So what ended up looking is that my face was kind of darker and more peachy, and the rest of my body looked like a completely different shade, which was a bit awkward. So I decided to give fake tanning a go, and oh my god, I've discovered the best product in the world. Like, I'm wearing it now, and I think my skin looks really even, lovely and golden. It's not too intense. I don't look orange, but I just look like I have a better color than I do normally. And it doesn't look patchy or streaky or anything, and it was super easy to apply. I literally took like 5 minutes. And the product that I'm talking about is this one by St Tropez. It is their Self Tan Purity Bronzing Water Mousse. And you might think that how is this a self-tan, because it's completely transparent, but what you do is you shake it up, and it comes out as a foam. And basically what I do is I literally just like take the pump and apply a couple of pumps onto the mitt. I'm using the St Tropez fake tanning mitt, which is really, really good. So what I do is I apply a couple of pumps of this onto the mitt, and then I just kind of do it in circular motions, always upwards, on any areas where I want to tan. So anywhere on my body, my legs, my arms. And basically it's really easy. You just kind of do it, and then when you finish that, it leaves sort of like a glossy finish so that you kind of get an idea of where you've applied the fake tan and where you haven't. It doesn't leave a guide color, but that glossy finish sort of gives you an idea of where you've applied it and where not. And it goes on so beautifully. It has no streaky finish, and the best is there's no kind of residue. So I haven't showered since I applied it because I've let it develop for quite a while. And honestly, it's like not stained my sheets. I was wearing white clothes and there's absolutely no stain on them. And it just looks amazing. It looks so even, and the fact that it doesn't stain is amazing. Also, the smell for me, it's got like a tropical scent. I don't know if it has a tropical scent or not, but the smell is pleasant. I mean, it doesn't really smell like fake tan. It doesn't have that sort of biscuity smell. You don't need to wash it off. You can just let it develop for about 6 to 8 hours. So they recommend not getting your skin wet in that time. After that, you can shower if you want, but you don't need to. So staying in the topic of self-tan, I bought a few other products from this brand just so that I kind of got the complete experience, and I thought that maybe they would be a bit of a gimmick, but actually I've been very pleasantly surprised. And the first one is this St Tropez product. This is the Prep and Maintain Tan Enhancing Polish. And by the way, guys, this video is not sponsored by St Tropez, although they probably should sponsor me given I'm talking so much about them, but it isn't sponsored. But this is basically a polish, like a kind of scrub for your body, but it is really, really, really fine. And it kind of claims that it doesn't kind of damage your skin or irritate it at all, so that it gives you a better result with the fake tan. It says here that it gives you a tan that lasts longer and fades away more evenly. And it says here that many scrubs contain ingredients that can degrade or break down your tan, but this polish is especially formulated to work with the self-tan. So I actually thought, you know what, I'll buy it and I'll use it with the fake tan, but I love it so much and I think I would use it even if I wasn't fake tanning. It is so nice. Like, it's a very thin polish. You don't need a huge amount of product. It sort of kind of turns into like a thick cream as you massage it into your skin. I did it on kind of semi-dry skin. It wasn't wet, it was a little moist, but it wasn't wet. That's how I prefer to scrub my body usually. And basically what I did is kind of, I used this all over my body and just, you know, everywhere, my arms, my legs, my body. It was so nice because it didn't kind of feel rough or anything on your skin. But after I finished showering, my skin was so smooth. It has honestly never felt this smooth. So I absolutely love this product, and I think I'll be using it even if I'm not fake tanning, because it's just so lovely. Finally, from their range, I tried out this Tan Enhancing Moisturizer, and it is really good. I thought it would be, again, a bit of a gimmick, but this is meant to kind of make your fake tan last longer, and it's like a oil-free moisturizer so that it doesn't kind of break up your tan. So I use this to moisturize my whole body before I applied my fake tan. It says that you should apply it on dry areas, but my skin is quite dry all over my body. So I literally applied it everywhere, on my feet, on my elbows, on my arms, everywhere. And I have to say the tan went on beautifully. There was no kind of patchy, streaky bits, nothing at all. And I think I'll probably only use this one before I'm applying the tan, just because I think otherwise I prefer to use my normal moisturizer. But this one did leave my body feeling really moisturized, and my tan glided on like a dream. Finally, for fake tanning, I got these mitts from Boots, and they're just exfoliating mitts. And actually, I've been using these even before I fake tanned, in the shower every day, just to kind of put my soap on. And they're so nice, and they leave your body feeling so smooth. So I love this one because it's so easy to use. Basically, what you do is you just pop it on, and then you just apply your shower gel with this, as opposed to with a sponge or just with your hand, and you kind of just scrub your skin as you go. It's really soft and gentle. Like, a lot of the stuff that I've had to exfoliate my skin is really harsh and actually feels almost like it hurts. But this one is really gentle, but it just leaves your skin so smooth, and apparently this really helps to make your fake tan fade evenly. So I've been using this one in the shower pretty much every day, even before I fake tanned, and it's just amazing. It leaves my skin very smooth, and it's really helpful because on these areas where I have a bit kind of lumps and stuff, and I'm quite hairy as well, so it's nice to kind of pull all the hair out of your follicles and not get any ingrowth. So I've been loving this one. Another product I have been loving is this Aloe Vera Gel from LifePlan. I got this one from Boots, and basically I tend to have very sensitive skin, and what I do is I usually bleach my skin here on my face, just because I have like a little baby hairs, so just to get rid of those. And sometimes I will wax and I will get my skin really red and irritated, especially for example on my face around here, because my skin is very sensitive. So when you do anything harsh to it, it can go really red. And I've been using this aloe vera gel on my body, on my face, and this is so gentle and so nice. It's not oily at all, so it doesn't break me out or anything. Aloe vera is also really good because it's an antiseptic, and this one's been really good. I just apply it on here, and literally within like 5 minutes, my skin's redness is completely gone. Also for skincare, I don't know if I spoke about this one in my last month's favorite, but I've absolutely been loving this roller that I got from Vanish. This was part of their kit, and it's basically a metallic roller, and I've been wanting to get my hands on a jade roller for a long time, but I've never actually got round to it. But this one is metallic, and what I do is I store it in the freezer, and then every morning and every evening I use this one after I wash my face to kind of depuff my face and close my pores down so that they don't kind of get more dirty. What I do is I clean it with like a cotton swab and a little bit of rubbing alcohol just to disinfect it, because I'm really acne prone, so I don't want to make it any worse. And then I just roll in upward motions from around here, from my jawline up to my face like this, and yeah, it's been working really well to depuff my face. I've done an updated evening routine, which I don't know if it will be on the channel by now. If it is, I will link it on the screen now so you guys can go and have a watch, and if not, stay tuned for it, because I've been changing a lot of things about my evening routine, and this is one of the steps I've additionally added, and it is helping loads. And in the morning, it's amazing because it really sort of depuffs your face, and makeup just looks so much better because your face doesn't look kind of heavy and puffy, which it can look in the morning sometimes. Also for skincare, I've been using this bio oil, and I'd heard such amazing things about this product, but I'd never actually gone out and tried it. It's actually a really affordable product. I think it's only about maybe £5 in Boots, and apparently it really helps with uneven skin tone. It helps with stretch marks, it helps with any kind of scars that you have on your skin, and I've been using it on my body. Basically I've been using it on my knees because I have a lot of stretch marks there, and I have a scar on my tummy from an operation I had years ago, and then I have quite an uneven skin tone all over. So what I've been doing this is I've been applying this all over my body after I shower, and it honestly, it has been fading my scars away. It's not been that long. I've only been using it for about maybe 2 months. This is my second bottle, and but it has made a difference to my skin. It says here it's good for like dehydrated skin, it's good for uneven skin tone. So I basically use this as a moisturizer on a daily basis after I shower, and honestly it's been working so well, and I can start to see a difference. I won't say that my stretch marks have completely disappeared, but for sure I can see them fading slowly away. So I will report back in a few months if this has completely made them fade away, which I really hope, because I've had them for years and they're very unsightly, to be honest. This has quite a strong smell actually, so if you don't like scented products you might not like it, but I don't find the smell unpleasant. It smells really kind of clean, and it's kind of like kind of a floral perfumey sort of smell. I really like it, but if you don't like scented products you might not like this one. But I have to say, once you've applied it on your body it's not that strong, but as soon as you pour it out it is fairly strong. And finally for skincare, I have this Neutrogena Vanish acne pen, which has light therapy. In my last month's favorite I spoke about the mask that I'm using every day, and this is like an additional product that they sell, and this one's a pen targeted for acne just on like a particular spot. Basically what you do is you press this down, you hold it to your spot, and you just wait for 2 minutes, and this makes a beeping sound after 2 minutes and it switches off. And you're meant to use this 3 times a day. I really like it because if I have like just one stubborn spot, I just use the mask for 10 minutes, but then I top up with this twice a day just to make sure that that spot goes away. I've got one here on my forehead right now, and that's what I've been doing. I kind of put it on the zap and just keep it there for 2 minutes after I've cleansed my face, or if I'm having a clean face then I'll do it kind of maybe lunchtime and then at night again, and it's working really well. It helps to dry out your spots. It has the same kind of science behind it than the mask. It has blue and red light. The blue light is supposed to kill bacteria and the red light is supposed to kind of reduce redness and inflammation, and it works really well. I think it definitely helps to dry out your spots. It doesn't make them disappear, but it dries them out much quicker and shrinks them in size, so you get rid of them much faster than if you weren't using this. And I like the fact that it doesn't have any chemicals or anything. It's just like a light pen. Okay guys, well that was everything from me. Not a huge monthly favorites for this month, but some really good and exciting products that I'd never tried before, and some old favorites rediscovered. Do let me know in the comments down below what you've been loving throughout the month of May. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!